In this session, we will talk about laws of vector addition. There are two laws of vector addition. One is the triangle law of vector addition and another is the parallelogram law of vector addition. So let's look at both of these one by one. So let's talk first about triangle law of vector addition. Suppose I have two vectors. Let's say the first vector is a bar and the second vector is b bar. And now I have to add these two vectors. So what I will do is I will take the second vector and translate it such that its tails coincide with the head of the first vector. Then according to the triangle law of vector addition, my resultant vector will be given by the vector whose tail coincides with the tail of the first vector and the head coincides with the head of the second vector. So this is my resultant vector a bar plus b bar. So this resembles a triangle and hence the name triangle law of vector addition. This is simple if you consider other two vectors such that like I have two vectors d bar and e bar like this. So you can add these two vectors like this. So this will be my resultant vector d bar plus e bar. The tail of the resultant vector coincides with the tail of the first vector and the head coincides with the head of the second vector. But there will be instances when the two vectors originate from the same point. For example, like this. This is a bar and this is b bar. So we can add these two vectors like translating the vector b bar to here if you want to use triangle law of vector addition, and then I can write this as a resultant vector a bar plus b bar. So this is not convenient always because there will be instances when there are two forces acting on at the same point such that this is F1 force and this is another force F2 bar. So they both act at this point and then you want to know the resultant force. So with another law of vector addition which is known as parallelogram law of vector addition, you can directly calculate the resultant like this, which is F1 bar plus F2 bar. We will look at how to calculate the resultant vector's magnitude and the direction using the parallelogram law of vector addition. So let's talk about parallelogram law of vector addition in detail. Let's say there are two vectors. This is first vector a bar and second vector b bar. And let's say we represent them as the adjacent sides of the parallelogram. And let's say this vector is also b bar and this vector is also a bar. Why say? Because this will be equal, because the opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal and parallel to each other. So this will be the equal vectors. This a bar and b bar will be equal to this a bar and b bar. So let's name the vertices of the parallelogram. Let's say this is O, this is A, this is B, and this is C. And let's say the angle between the two vectors b bar and a bar is theta. And then the parallelogram law of vector addition states that if I consider my two vectors to be adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then the resultant will be something like this, which is nothing but the diagonal of the parallelogram. The direction will be given by the tip of the vector like this. So let's say this resultant vector is c bar, and let's say the angle that c bar makes with the a bar vector is alpha. So in order to calculate the direction, we have to know the angle alpha, and to calculate the magnitude of c bar, we have to do some work. So let's do it. Let's drop a perpendicular from this point B like this, and let's say this point is D. So this triangle OBD is a right angle triangle. So this is triangle OBD. So according to the Pythagoras theorem, OB square is equal to OD square plus BD square. So before we carry on the calculation, let's calculate what is cos theta and sin theta. But this angle theta will be equal to this angle theta. Why? Because these two vectors are equal. This is b bar and this is b bar, and hence they are parallel also. And since they are parallel to each other, this angle will be the same, that is theta. So let's calculate what is cos theta. So cos theta is equal to adjacent side, which is AD, upon hypotenuse of this triangle ABD, which is nothing but B bar. So this B bar modulus, we will represent B bar modulus by B. So AD becomes B cos theta. Now let's calculate what is sin theta. So sin theta is equal to opposite side, that is BD, upon hypotenuse, which is nothing but again B. So this becomes BD is equal to B sin theta. Now let's calculate OB square. OB square is nothing but C bar, which is C square, and OD is nothing but OA plus AD. So this becomes A plus AD. AD is nothing but B cos theta. So this becomes A plus B cos theta whole square, plus BD is nothing but B sin theta. So this becomes B sin theta whole square. So this becomes C square is equal to A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta. Now let's take B square common here. We have cos square theta plus sin square theta. So let's write A square plus 2AB cos theta, the other terms. So then C square becomes A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square. Why? Because cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So this will become B square. So now C becomes square root of A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square. So this is the magnitude of my resultant vector. So the magnitude of the resultant vector depends on the magnitude of the vector A bar and B bar, the cosine of the angle between these two vectors, that is cos theta. Now let's calculate the direction of the resultant vector. So the direction will be given by the angle alpha. So what will be the tan alpha? Tan alpha will be opposite side, that is BD, upon adjacent side, which is OD. So tan alpha will be BD upon OD. What is BD? BD is nothing but B sin theta, and OD is nothing but A plus B cos theta. So this becomes A plus B cos theta. So alpha then becomes tan inverse of B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. This is my direction of the resultant vector. So this is the parallelogram law of vector addition. There is one more law of vector addition, which is known as polygonal law of vector addition, which is stated like this. Suppose I have vectors like this: A bar, B bar, C bar and D bar. Then the resultant vector will be given by the vector starting from the tail of the vector A bar and ending at the head of the vector D bar. So this will be my resultant vector: A bar plus B bar plus C bar plus D bar. I don't consider this as a separate law of vector addition because it is nothing but the repetitive application of the triangle law of vector addition. You can see at it like this. Suppose I have these two vectors A bar and B bar. So according to the triangle law of vector addition, this will be my resultant vector A bar plus B bar. And again I will apply the triangle law of vector addition, and this will become A bar plus B bar plus C bar. And again I will apply the triangle law of vector addition only to get this resultant vector A bar plus B bar plus C bar plus D bar.